Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. I want to talk about being young. I want to share my experiences as being young. They tell me that one of these days I'm going to grow up. But I want to share what I have learned so far. And it's funny because probably the biggest thing that I have caught criticism for is I get myself involved in things, either physically or my mouth. You heard about that. Sticking your mouth in or your foot in your mouth, that type of stuff. I've done my share of all that stuff, but all of that helps you grow. You learn. Well, I'll put it this way. I've learned more from the mistakes that I've made than the things that I've done correctly. And I believe that kind of runs with everybody. Embarrassment. I know my wife used to get embarrassed all the time. And she couldn't understand why I didn't get embarrassed. And the thing is, I do what I think is the right thing to do. It's not always right. Now, I will admit, the older I get, I make a whole lot less mistakes than what I used to. But I still make mistakes. And so that's why I'm thinking I'm still young, but I'm still making mistakes. But I try not to make the same mistake twice. And like I say, I learn from my mistakes. And mistakes don't stop me from continuing on and trying to improve and think outside the box. And I think it helps also that a long time ago I learned that I say no one has the right to harm me in any way. And when I say that, I'm talking about spiritually, financially, physically, emotionally, any of this type of stuff. And when I do come across, I still come across people, and you hurt my feelings. Well, hurting my feelings isn't the problem. The problem is what would motivate you to hurt my feelings. And because I know I hurt feelings, and that's because I'm not the smartest guy around. I'm not quick, so sometimes I'll put my mouth or my foot in my mouth and say something which I hurt somebody's feelings. But like I say, once I find out that I did that, well, I try to make amends to it. I try to do what I have to correct whatever mistakes I make. I pay for a lot of my mistakes. Any mistake I make, I can pay for. Hey, let me do it. And the sooner I can pay, the sooner I can correct the mistake I made, the much better it is. There's been times that I didn't do something, and it still eats away on me. One good example, years ago I was traveling in Mexico, and it was in the southern part of Mexico, real jungle. The roads were really, really bad, and there was just one pothole. I mean, it was a huge pothole. I mean, you would think somebody got a backhoe and dug it out. It was right smack dab in the middle of the road, and it was good size. And I was lucky when I went through that. I mean, I didn't hit it. I mean, I say you can't hit it. It's bad. And but I saw it right at the last minute, and I was able to dodge it. I say it was thick jungle, and it was, matter of fact, it was two lanes of jungle. The thing is, the growth, the trees were overgrown like that. So you drive right in the center of the lane, the center of both lanes. It's two lanes going one direction, and with the jungle grown like that, if you get too close to the edge, the jungle hits the side of your car, so you drive in the middle. And that's why I saw it, and I whipped over and hit all the tree limbs and stuff and went on. And then as I'm going on down the road, I was watching in the mirror, and a Volkswagen Bug, they came around and hit that hole. And right when they hit it, what I saw, I was taking a turn, and right when I took the turn, I saw the Bug go down like that. And so I stopped, and I was going to go back. And back in those days, you don't stop. Well, matter of fact, they don't stop for anybody down there either right now. I guess maybe if it was a good serious, depending on where you're at, if it's a serious accident, they might stop. But it has to be in a special place, because most places they won't stop. And so I stopped, and I was getting ready to turn around, and that was probably one of my first trips going down there. And I was a travel companion, and the guy was from kind of that area, and he explained to me, we can't do that, we can't get involved. And now I understand a lot of things, but at the time it really hurt me that I just left whatever happened. I don't know what happened. And so and even now I still kick myself in the butt for not going back. And I understand his reasoning, and that is the one problem Americans get into when they're in third world countries is Americans are helpful people. But a lot of times when someone gets injured, it's better if you just let them die than to keep them alive and they're living down here in a third world country. The hardship that they put on their families is just unbelievable. I mean, if you can't function down here, you are a big hardship for the family. And so, and Americans have this problem about they want to help everybody. So, what I say, I'm trying to go back. And I say, I would do it, but I'm smarter now, and I would have to evaluate the situation really good, and then we're right back to morals. I'd have to live with myself for whatever decision I made, just like I have to live with myself with a decision about leaving those people, not knowing what happened. So, but what I'm saying is, when you're young, don't be scared to get involved. You're going to learn from whatever happens. One of the things I say, you're going to pay the price if you're wrong, but you will reap the rewards if you're right. But if you do nothing, you won't get it. You won't learn anything from the situation at all. So do something, right or wrong. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.